What's going on, YouTube? We just played the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls beta over this weekend, and they just sent out a survey trying to get some feedback. Now, it's not uncommon for companies to send out these surveys after betas and playtests, but I wanted to go over it on video here and see if we can get a better idea of ArcSys direction with the game. So let's take a look. So it's saying here, thanks for playing the beta. Survey shouldn't take more than 15 minutes here. So first of all, what age are you? We're definitely getting up there in UNC status, I can't lie, guys. So we're in the 25 to 34. Personally, I identify as a man. I mostly stick to single player, I mostly play casual. I mostly play ranked online, I'm going to be honest. I am a ranked monster. I love grinding out ranked in Street Fighter 6. For how long have I been playing fighting games? Now, this is an interesting question because I'm going to say that I've been playing for 5 to 10 years because I've been playing fighting games technically my whole life. You know, I had my dad had a Sega Dreamcast I would play Mortal Kombat on, but I didn't really start to learn what a fireball motion was or a DP motion until Street Fighter 6, and that was around 2016. So yeah, it's been 5 to 10 years, which is crazy. What types of fighting games do you most play? What type of fighting games do you play more regularly? Traditional. I don't really play a lot of 3D like Tekken. I do like my anime fighters, my team fighters. I mean, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 is a pretty goated game, but it's not really something I'm playing. And I'm just not that into Smash Bros. Or Brawlhalla, me personally. Did I primarily use... I am an arcade stick enjoyer. I still, to this day, I think it's more optimal to play on a leverless or a DualSense, but I think there is some merit, and I just enjoy playing on Fight Stick, right? How would you rate your experience? I mean, overall, we've seen some really bad betas, right? I mean, not to throw shade, but Guilty Gear Strive had a very rough beta at that first. I don't know if you guys remember. And I didn't have any crashes, so I'm going to say for a beta, extraordinary. That's pretty cool, especially because this game kind of just got announced, and then we got a beta not that much later. Some people even got to play it during EVO a little bit before. So the way that this beta came out right away, no big online issues or crashes, and it was announced, and we got to play it just a couple of months later. That's pretty good for a beta. You really can't ask for much more. Your positive first impression. Combo system felt intuitive. I'm going to keep it pretty gameplay focused and less about presentation. I talked about my last video about the beta. The presentation is stellar. I don't think they need any notes on that. It's really the gameplay that I want to kind of give my feedback on. And the combo system did feel intuitive, right? Because, light goes into medium, goes into heavy, goes into launcher, goes into a special move. If you're any kind of familiar with team fighting games or Arc System Works, that combo system should have pretty much made sense to you. Other than, combo limit, getting the nitty gritty. I'm talking about just picking up the controller and being able to press ABC special move. That felt pretty standard for me. Negative first impression. Auto combo came out on whiff. This is my #1 biggest complaint. I do not like when auto combos come out on whiff and move your character forward. Next, we'll go through a list of some features. Okay, sure. Overall gameplay is the highest in point to be. Offense is very important, and defense is obviously very important. How approachable the simplicity. For me personally, it's not important because I got into fighting games knowing it was going to be hard. That's the whole point. For the community overall, it's probably pretty high importance, but for me, that the ceiling, I want to be able to play this game even long after dev support because there's still just things that you could optimize, and I think that is super important. How unique the characters felt, and that is absolutely... I think we can say I'm kind of an all or nothing guy when it comes to this here, but what can I say? Assemble assists, bring an ally. I mean, it's a team game, so that's very important, right? I don't know why they would. Kind of weird. Swapping? I'm actually not the biggest fan of active tag. Only because we have it so much. Dragon Ball FighterZ now has it. BB Tag has it. 2XKO, which comes out tomorrow, has it. There's a lot of games have it. I don't really care. Link attacks / auto combos honestly are important. Aesthetic visuals are important. Some people, it really matters to them. I don't really mind graphics being just okay. Combat HUD menus is important. These things are like icing on the cake for me, because I don't know. Am I used to mediocrity with fighting games? Maybe that's a bad thing, but I think I am mostly focused on gameplay, and then anything after that is like, you're gonna do good. And this stuff's like very opinion based too. Art style, you know, some might love it, some might hate it. Like Skullgirls was a very divisive art style. Audio and sound effects, power fit, creating and playing as your Marvel Dream Team. That is pretty cool. That's interesting. I don't know if, like, I got like Wolverine, like, but I don't know if I'm like, the reason I'm playing this game is because I want Spider-Man and Captain America to, you know, start up battle. I don't know what they mean by that. Is that round start, or is that movement before rounds? That's you know, online lobby. That's pretty important because you're gonna you want your lobbies to work for online tournaments, for ranked gameplay. Overall gameplay. Oh, how would I rate the features? So the overall gameplay I'm gonna put as very good and not quite extraordinary. The offensive, and we didn't get training mode, right? So like, I'm just gonna put very good for these things. Simplicity. Honestly, it's really interesting when these companies like 2XKO and Marvel, these games, are trying to make them more accessible by removing motion inputs, but adding in all of these extra buttons for the simple input button and a dash macro, and like I like dash macros, but they're adding more buttons, which overall makes it complex. And I feel like they're taking all these extra measures to remove motion inputs, but then having to add in things to compensate for that, which overall creates it makes it more complex. So honestly, it's an average simplicity, because even if you're trying to make this easy input button, but now you're adding an extra button onto your controller. So it's not a perfect fix. Depth of the gameplay, it seemed really high. I mean, I think there's a lot more to explore. I didn't get a ton of time. It's just a beta, so it's kind of hard for me to have these to make these very concrete. And this was another complaint I actually had. Mostly it was just the auto combo coming out on whiff, but how unique the characters felt, I didn't think they were very unique from each other. I mean, not good just seems kind of mean here, so I want to say average. Assemble assist. I think they could really work on the tag. The way it didn't feel as snappy or as responsive. Something that ArcSys used to make was Dragon Ball FighterZ, and that assist felt amazing. It came out when you hit the button. In this game, you can't press an assist button if you whiff a normal. So you basically had to either be like full screen and you could press your assist, or in a block string and press your assist. And something that was fun about a tag fighter is it's like a sandbox kind of, like you could just do whatever, and the assist button just feels a little restrictive. Another thing is, if I want to jump in the air and then call a beam assist to cover the ground while I'm in the air, that's how it would work in most tag games. But in this game, the assist is called where you are on the screen. So when I would jump as Miss Marvel and call my Iron Man beam assist, Iron Man would pop up with me in the air. So I couldn't cover that ground, which was kind of like what I was going for. And I wasn't a big fan of that. I'm sure it's something I could get used to, or if that's just how the game develops, but if they're asking for my feedback, I'm not a big fan of that. Member switching, it was okay. Auto combos, I don't like how they had the auto. I don't want it to come out on whiff. The visuals were great, the menus were great, and the music was really good. Some people don't like it. I like the music; it's fine. Audio, sound effects. I had some people were not liking how the characters were sounding when they were getting hit. It's okay. I don't really care personally. It's just not my thing. There was only a couple characters, so it was okay. Startup battle. You can move before rounds. I guess that's fine. I don't really mind. Online lobby. It worked. Matching experience. It worked for me. Please share any feedback about the following topics. Please no auto combo on whiff. Assemble. Let us call assist on whiff. Or I think I more care about I know, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I like the dash button. I like the dash button. Pretty. Good. Please no auto combo on whiff. Again, would you play it as part of my regular rotation of games? I definitely... It's my new favorite fighting game. I feel like whatever fighting game comes out becomes my new favorite fighting game for a while. But I do think that there is some things they could clean up about this game. But I don't know. When this game comes out, it's probably all I'm going to play for a while. Which of these statements most align with your assessment of the game? The gameplay is a better version of similar fighting games I enjoy. Its effect gives me something fresh or novel. Existing games I play prefer the theme style. It feels like there's plenty left to discover or accomplish. I could select multiple. It's a game I would enjoy playing with my friends. I wouldn't say that it's better than my favorite version of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is the only reason I'm not going to check this. Which is, yeah, I don't know. Not my... Dragon Ball FighterZ was a game that got refined a lot, and then maybe overtuned, but kind of in the middle. I really, really enjoyed that game. And I don't think that the beta I played is better than that version. It's easy to pick up and be successful. Depends what you mean by successful. I was definitely getting beat up a little bit, but it's just to keep playing. I like tag games. How different did it feel compared to other games you've played? That's a good question. Honestly, because they are trying something unique with the 4v4 and the assembling. But overall, it really didn't feel that different from other kind of Arc System fighting work games. I thought, and maybe I hyped myself up too much, but I thought this was going to be a, like, brand new to me, completely fresh experience. And it's not a bad thing that it wasn't, but... And maybe later on, as the game develops, it will be, but just based off the beta, it's kind of crazy some of these questions that they're asking off the, like, brief beta that we got. I mean, it was over a weekend, and there was specific time slots that you could only play during, so kind of interesting to me. that they're asking such like, is this your new favorite fighting game? Like, I played it for like a couple hours, man. Come on. I have like, the time I have on Street Fighter. You want me to compare that to the couple hours I have on Marvel? It's interesting, but they need the feedback, and I'm glad they're asking for it. Out of everything in the startup battle and beginner's guide, what areas do you feel were not onboarded clearly? This is kind of rough because if you are brand new to fighting games, some things might just not click with you. For me personally, who's played a lot of fighting games, none of it caught me by surprise. So I don't know. I feel pretty. I feel like it makes sense to me. So please let us know. It was intuitive to me because I play a lot of fighting games. Maybe new players will be intimidated by all of the systems. Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, assembling your team, like it didn't make sense to me, right? Like I couldn't do it right now, but I understand that like it's just the concept of like you have to meet certain conditions. I just don't happen to know what those conditions like are, but if I spend a couple minutes in training mode, I would find out. I just didn't have training mode in the beta. So what are your thoughts about the following aspects of the online lobby? Yeah, it all worked for me. I don't really care about as long as I can get matches, it's cool. This is a boxed. Honestly, ArcSys has been making online lobbies for many years now. I think you guys have perfected the avatar lobby system. I mean, really, like, there's really not much more you could really ask for from like their online lobbies, right? Please tell us how much you understood and used the following general combat features. Link. It's weird that they're calling link attacks and the auto combos, because that's not what a link attack means in the context of most fighting games, right? But links and chain combos are usually quite different. Like a Street Fighter, a link is a difficult thing, but they're calling this, whatever. But auto combos, I kept running this assisted. I was aware. I found this useful. I mean, it's an auto combo. Using special moves. Using defensive mechanics to break. People were using this a lot. It was kind of hard to ignore, honestly. Switching or tagging. I was aware of this, but didn't understand how to use it. I understood this, but didn't find it useful. I found this useful and used it sometimes. I wish there was a button that's just like, I understand the concept, but I played this game for 6 hours with no training mode. So, I don't know. Yeah. Because I was definitely not doing the active tag combos, but I understand the concept of it. Using character moves. Powered up special moves, like a EX move, yeah. Throw. Super skill. That's like a super, right? Sure. Blocking. I didn't move. It's interesting that there isn't a I didn't know this existed for some of these, but for defensive there was. Yeah, blocking. I didn't forget about that one. Square plus cross. That was, yeah. I did honestly forget about that. Second cross up. Member switch to swap. Like, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. The triggering a break to move to another part of the stage, I did kind of have. I wasn't really sure how it worked. I didn't have training mode, basically. I felt encouraged to use the assemble set. Yeah, absolutely. It's a tag game. I want to be calling assists, so I want to be swapping in and out. Even when I didn't use... So I think they're asking here, like, are characters fine on their own, or do they need an assist to feel fully fledged out? More so than other games I've played, I believe that the characters felt pretty good. Like Dragon Ball, a lot of characters without an assist just did not feel good to play. Not good to play, but not... You couldn't win. It was hard to win with a single character against like a team of 3. Managing a single health bar made me more confident to play the game. I kind of like having 3 health bars, but they're going for something different here, but yeah. I always felt in control of when the assembly... I'm going to somewhat disagree because I think they could rework the assist calls just a little bit. We talked about it a little earlier. Did any of the characters you played as or against stand out in a particularly positive or negative way? Miss Marvel had fun movement. I liked Miss Marvel like stretching her arms out. I think that was it's pretty scrubby, but it was fun. So I truly felt in control of a team of Marvel heroes. I got all my Marvel action figures, and I'm like, yeah, we're playing them. Sure. The unique abilities of each hero clearly stood out in combat. Honestly, so when Marvel Infinite was coming out, there was this story that went around where, I don't want to tell the story wrong, but there was was it a developer of the game or somebody said that nobody really likes Magneto, they just like an 8-way dash. They're saying Magneto's just a function. So you don't actually care that there's no X-Men in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You just wanted this 8-way dash. And everybody really disagreed about that. I feel like in this game, so far, all the characters kind of felt like functions. Because of the way they have the assists, where your bottom assist is the DP, your left assist is a projectile, your right assist is the setup assist, that kind of made it feel like all of the characters were just filling a role. So honestly, that didn't feel very unique to me, personally. It truly felt as if the heroes were working as part of the team when they were together in combat. You could tell they really want this to feel like you're not playing a guy with assists, that you're actually playing an entire team. But to me, it did just feel like I was playing like somebody with assists. But, you know, somewhat disagree. Each character's playstyle felt completely unique in combat. So I feel like the assists fit like the function part that I was just talking about. But Storm did have this Tempest mechanic. Miss Marvel was stretching around the screen. Doctor Doom had these teleports and command grab and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So they did feel pretty unique. Star-Lord had the elemental weapons. Teams truly felt different based on the characters I picked. That I will say no, because there's so many assists. Matches got more exciting as more characters joined the team. Probably overall it will feel that way, but I played with headphones, maybe. Listening environment, everyday noise environment. When thinking about the audio, yeah, I don't need to hear someone go like, oh, ah, oh, like I need to hear that. Sound effects for guarding attacks, sure. Sound effects, music, you know. Other than that, it felt fine, right? Like, I'm not that pressed about the sound effects. Information, yeah. I think the HUD made sense to me. There wasn't extra bars or something that I couldn't pay attention to. Maybe when there was new characters, but like you're just getting used to the game, right? So I don't know. When I was able to swap to another character after using assembly, I'm fine with this. What characters would you like to see in this game in the future? Let me get some obscure, the most obscure guy. I'm trying to get some Vulcan, man. This guy, just for fun. Let's get some obscure Vulcan. At PlayStation, users are committed to making our games accessible and inclusive as possible. With this in mind, if you feel there were any parts of the game which negatively impacted your experience, please tell us more about it using the space below. Color contrast. Auto combo coming out on whiff is very unhealthy for a fighting game, especially long term. I understand this could be viewed as accessible, but it teaches new players bad habits. So that way I'm not just complaining just to complain. I'm going to say I understand what you're trying to do here with this whiff auto combo, but you're just hurting you're hurting people. Anyway, on behalf of the PlayStation Studios user research team, thank you so much for your feedback. We hope you enjoyed your time with Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. I had a pretty good time with it. I need to get more. I have some thoughts, some feedback, but there are other people putting their thoughts out there on paper better than I am. Check out Sajam, check out SQ, check out Diaphone, some other creators who've been making content about this game. I think they can explain what they don't love about this game a little bit better than I can. Overall, I did like the game. It's a first time beta. Hopefully they take some of this feedback and just continue to work on that game, because I think it could really be something special. It just feels kind of like a mixture of their current games, which is like if they want to make this brand new experience, I think they could just change a little bit more, you know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you didn't get to play the beta, how did it look watching it? If you did, fill out this survey, let me know what you think. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.